This is my latest purchase, the Mamiya C220 twin lens reflex camera, a camera I'm really excited about. And in this edition of Jules Voto's Photo Focus, I'm going to explain why I bought it. Now, as some of you know, recently I did a video on where have all the TLRs gone? Where have all the twin lens reflex cameras gone? And it got a lot of views. And previous to that, I did one on where have all the 35mm SLRs have gone? And got a lot of response to that. But doing this one on the TLRs, it brought back memories of my Mamiya C330 that I had purchased in the 1970s, and I had it for a while. Eventually got a Hasselblad, sold the C330. But doing that video, I started thinking, God, maybe I should buy one. Maybe I should pick up another one. Now, I don't really shoot much film anymore. In fact, I've done some videos on that, why I think digital is so much better. But going through some of my old images, looking at those square fiber-based prints, I kind of longed for doing that again. So actually I have an enlarger on order, an Omega B22, which should be coming soon. And I started looking for a TLR. At first I was looking for a C330, but I really didn't want to spend the money that they're going for now. I've seen them for $250, $300, $400. I didn't really want to spend that much because I figured, well, maybe I won't be using it that much. And then I started thinking about the C220, and those sell for less, of course. But still, most of them were over $200. And then I found this camera. I got it for $120 with the 80mm 2.8 lens. Now, the listing said, I got it on eBay, the listing said that it was untested. The seller really didn't know much about it. So I took a chance on it. He did have a 30-day return policy. So it would arrive yesterday. Okay, it's not even 24 hours that I have this camera, and I checked it out, and it's almost perfect. Yeah, some wear and tear on it here and there, but it's in really nice shape. It needs new light seals, and I actually ordered them. I think it was $12 for the light seals. But the lens is in near mint condition. The shutter speeds are great. From 1 second all the way up to a 500, they all sound great. The lens is clean as can be. No haze, no fog, no scratches, no fungus. I was amazed at what good shape this camera is in. Even came with the instruction manual. Now, I never owned a C220, and it's a little different than the C330. Takes the same interchangeable lenses. However, it's a little slower to operate because it has a separate film advance and shutter cocking. So you advance the film over here, either with this knob or crank, and you then have to cock the shutter before you can release the shutter. But that really didn't bother me. Also, it has interchangeable finders. Okay, it comes with standard, of course, with the waist level finder. But you could also get prism finders. There's a high magnification finder. It doesn't have interchangeable screens like the C330. And the other big thing, it doesn't have automatic parallax compensation. With the C330, as you focus, a bar moves in on the screen to show you what you're losing. So you need to keep your subject below that bar. It really only becomes a factor as you get close. Also, it tells you, as that bar moves, how much exposure compensation you need because of the bellows. With the C220, there's a distance scale on the side, and when you get to a certain point, it will tell you you need to add a half a stop or a stop of exposure compensation. And so it's not as convenient as a C330, but I really didn't care too much about that either, because I'm primarily going to be using this outdoors for distant shots. And of course it does have the great bellows that the C330 has, so you can focus close. And for that, actually I ordered a paramender, which brings the taking lens up to the level of the viewing lens after you frame your shot. So you don't have to worry about that parallax. So I'm really excited about this camera. So why did I buy it? Why, besides longing for the days of shooting medium format? Of course, it's a film camera, and I have said in several videos that I'm pretty much exclusively digital now, that I think it's better, it's so much quicker, you don't have to worry about processing film and so forth. But also, you cannot get inkjet prints to match the quality of fiber-based black and white prints. So that's one of the reasons that I ordered this in larger, and I'm going to set up a little dark room, actually a kind of a portable dark room in my basement. I have a lot of space, so it's not going to be something that'll be kept up permanently, but I'll set it up from time to time when I want to make black and white prints. And it's expensive today. Fiber-based paper is expensive. Even RC paper is expensive. But I really want to do it. I got tons of black and white negatives, so I may revisit some of them. And I'm really excited to shoot this camera with black and white film. I don't plan on shooting any color. And probably be using it on a tripod. I have some old cable releases. I mean, I have a lot of things that will work with this camera. It came with this little skinny neck strap, which I don't like, but I had a Peak Design strap sitting around that I've never used. It came to me with a purchase of a camera a few years ago, and it's just been sitting there. So I'm going to use that. And what I like about the Peak Design, you could quickly remove the strap. So if I'm going to have this camera on a tripod, I don't want the strap on it. Also, the position of the wind crank here, it would interfere with the strap. So I think it'll be much better using this without the strap on a tripod. And if you've never shot medium format film, it's just great. It gives you better quality than 35 millimeter. I just love the square format. Now I know we can shoot digital today, square, but it's still not like shooting medium format. Also, the big viewing screen that you have on the waist level finder is great. Now I'm thinking that possibly down the road I may pick up one of those high magnification finders for the Mamiya. And it allows you to go from, I think it's 2.5 times magnification up to 6. So you can really fine focus. Now I have a Yashica, which I've talked about. I have a Yashica 12, and when I first got it, it was very difficult to focus. The screen was dark, so I put in a bright screen. I think I paid $75 for it, and it's a bright screen. I mean, it gives you a good view. However, it doesn't snap in and out of focus that easily, and I have trouble focusing this camera. Also, if using it handheld, you have to focus using your left hand. I don't like supporting the camera with my right. With the Mamiya, you have the choice. You have a focus knob on either side. So I would hold it in my left hand, focus with my right hand, and I feel that it's more secure this way. It just feels better to me that way. And then my shutter release is right here. So if using it handheld, I much prefer this camera, although it is heavier than the Yashica. And of course, the fact that you have interchangeable lenses. And I just love that. Now, I'm going to be doing a full video on this camera, explaining all its features, how everything works. So look for that in the coming weeks. But I just had to do something on this camera because I'm so happy with it. I'm also happy, of course, with the fact that I got it so inexpensively, and it seems to be in excellent condition. I don't see any issues other than the light seals, which looks to be very easy to replace. And when I was shooting Hasselblad, the widest lens I had was a 60 millimeter. And I love shooting with a wide angle lens on medium format. I love shooting with the wide angle lens on film and on 35 millimeter and on digital as well. And there is a 55 millimeter lens available for this camera, so it's a little bit wider than the 60 I had for the Hasselblad. And so I'm really looking forward to maybe picking up one of them, and also maybe a 135 for doing some portraits. So look for a full video on this camera soon, I hope, maybe within a month or so. And as soon as I get the enlarger and pick up some fiber-based paper, and I'll need a few other things, some trays and so forth. I don't need to pick up much to get back doing prints in the darkroom, but I will, of course, report on that as well. So tell me what you think. Do you think I'm crazy after saying how much I love digital and that I wouldn't go back to film? But I really can't wait to start using this camera and making my own black and white prints. So again, let me know what you think. Leave your comments in the comments below. I always try to respond to all questions and comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I usually publish a new video every Monday morning and Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So I will talk to you then.